Okay, so number one, I'm going to use the cover-up method. So I'm just going to cover this up. So I have the equation 5x equals 10, which means x equals 2. That means I cross the x-axis at the ordered pair 2, 0. Now I'm going to figure out where I cross the y-axis. That's the equation 2y equals 10. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals 5. That's this point right here. Good morning. So fix it, okay? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to connect these 2 points with a nice straight line. Throw some arrows on the end of it. There you go. If you didn't do your homework, you should have this out so you can get some partial credit, okay? Get it out so you can get some partial credit. So next one, again, I'm going to use the cover-up method. The first thing I'm going to do is cover up the y term. Well, that gives me the answer x equals negative 5. So I cross the x-axis at negative 5. Now I'm going to use the cover-up method and cover up the x term. That gives me the equation negative y equals negative 5. Divide both sides by negative 1 or multiply both sides by negative 1, and I find out that y equals 5. That's this point right here. Connect them with a beautifully straight line. Ta-da. How do we feel about that? Good. Okay. Next one. I have to find the slope. What is the slope of this line? 2/3. What is the ordered pair of this line? This is the x sub 1 point, and this is the, right, it's really y minus negative 4. That's how it became a plus. So my y sub 1 point is negative 4. So this is the ordered pair 2, comma, negative 4. That's where I begin. I begin at the point 2, negative 4. So 2, negative 4 right here. And then I count my slope up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. I can do that again up 1. Whoops, my point just disappeared. Up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. I can also go down 2 and to the left 3. Down 2 and to the left 3. So my line looks like this. When I look at the next one, my slope is negative 5/3. This is the same thing as x minus negative 5. So this is my x coordinate and this is my y coordinate. Negative 5, comma 3. So I'm going to begin at negative 5, 1, 2, 3. Plot that point. And then I have to count my slope. Down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. I think I can do that one more time. Down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. And I am going to connect those points with a fabulously straight line. Okay, that is numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how we do that. Are we ready to go to the next page? Raise your hand if you still need more time. Okay, next one. Write the slope-intercept form of this equation. Slope-intercept form is this: y equals m times x plus b. So we're basically, did it say write the slope-intercept form? That is so funny. I put these in standard form. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're just finding the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to, first of all, what? Yeah, I have to distribute. So y plus 1 equals negative 5 over 8x. And a negative times a negative is a positive. That becomes a 20 over 8. Okay. I have to subtract 1 from both sides. Subtracting the whole number 1 is the same thing as subtracting 8 over 8. Why? What does 8 over 8? It equals 1. Good job. So y equals negative 5/8 x. 20 minus 8 is 12. Equals 12 over 8. If you left it like that, that's fine. Can we reduce either of those fractions? Yeah, we could really write it as y equals negative 5/8 x plus 3/2. Is that what you had, Ariana? Yeah. Good job. Okay. The next one, I have to, again, put it in y equals mx plus b form. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 13x from both sides. I'm going to subtract 13x from both sides. 5y equals negative 13x plus 25. Then I have to divide every single thing by 5. Y equals negative 13 fifths x plus, can I reduce 25 over 5 to what? Can I reduce 25 over 5 to 5? Okay, can I do the next one? Are we good? Slide up a bit. So these I'm writing in standard form. Standard form. AX plus BY equals C. What's something that you remember about standard form? What's something important about it? I can't have any fractions or decimals, right? So I can't have any fractions or decimals. So the first thing I have to do here is get rid of the fraction. How am I going to get rid of this fraction? Yeah, we're going to multiply everything by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 2. I'm going to write it as 2 over 1. Let's see. 2 times y is 2y, yeah. 2 over 1 times negative 3 over 2. Those just cancel out. That's why we do that. That's why we multiply every term by the denominator. And 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So I'm almost there. I just have to move this x term over to the other side. And I do that by adding the opposite. Yeah. Go ahead. It'd be 3x equals negative 6. Absolutely perfect. Good job. Okay. So this next one is a little bit different. This is just like the first one that we did in our notes, because before I get rid of the fraction, I have to do what? I got to get rid of that parenthesis, and I do that by distributing. So y plus 1 equals, let's see, 1/2 times x is just that, 1/2 x, and half of 2 is 1. Yeah. Now I need to get rid of those fractions. What am I going to multiply by? The denominator, which is 2. Yes, you guys are awesome. So let's see. 2y plus 2. What is 2 times 1/2? 1x plus 2. So I need to move my, so how did you, I'm going to move my x to the other side. I'm going to subtract 1x. So I have negative 1x plus 2y. I'm also, in this same line, going to subtract 2. I'm also going to subtract 2 because I have to move that 2 over to the other side. Equals, these cancel out. Well, let's see. A 2 minus a 2 is a 0. Are we done? Is it in standard form? Remember that we would like A to be positive. Yeah, we would like A to be positive. How can I make A positive? I'm going to multiply everything, every term, by what? By negative 1. Yes, ma'am. Answer. So negative 1, let's see. Negative 1 times negative 1x is a positive 1x. Negative 1 times 2y is negative 2y. And what is negative 1 times 0? 0. We don't typically like it when our equation equals 0. We have a hard time. Our brain just doesn't process that very well. I did that question twice because I was like, okay. Good with that? Okay. These last two are tricky, but I gave you a hint. I said first, find slope. And we do that using the y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So let's do that. I have negative 4 minus a negative 2. You guys see how I turned that minus a negative into a plus? Over 4 minus 3. Well, negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. 4 minus 3 is 1. So my slope is negative 2. Okay. Second, what does it say to do next? It says choose one of your ordered pairs and write the equation in point slope form. What ordered pair do you want to use? Because it doesn't matter. We're going to get the same answer either way. Okay, so we're going to use this ordered pair. So I'm going to use the ordered pair 3, negative 2. Remember, that's my x sub 1, y sub 1. And I'm going to use the slope of negative 2. And I'm plugging it into point slope form. So I'm going to write it out just so you can see what point slope form is. Okay, so y minus, what is the value of y sub 1? So minus a negative becomes plus 2. Good job, you guys. Equals my slope, which is negative 2, times x minus, what is the value of x sub 1? It's 3. So now that I've got it in point slope form, what does it say to do? Transform that equation into slope intercept. So next, make it look like this. I got to do that. Okay. So how am I going to do that first? What do you think, Owen? Yeah, I'm going to distribute that. So that gives me y plus 2 equals negative 2x. And a negative times a negative is a positive plus 6. And then I just have to subtract 2 from both sides. So y equals negative 2x plus 4. Okay. This last one, number 10, I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you do number 10. I'll tell you what the final answer is. So for those of you that don't have any work and you're going to submit your work late for partial credit, that's fine. I'll take it, but you have to do those steps.